again. This is take two of the recording. Unfortunately, as I am venturing into the world of being a professional influencer and content creator, I am bound to run into the issues that plague this very difficult profession. And one of those issues was doing a, what was it, like a 50-minute recording where the audio was janked up. I'm realizing that I need to actually uh fix my save. So give me 1 second. I'm already messing this up. Hold on. Okay. So where we left off, I believe, was on a little bit of a cliffhanger and somewhat of an ominous note on what was next to come. The thing with the coal pits was that we have a lot of gold. We can get a fair amount of health, and all of this can be done at pretty low risk. We got like 3,000 gold without having to kill too many enemies, and that gives us a lot of health to work with when we're going to the next area, because we're gonna need that extra health. Here we've already killed Steve, so we can actually hold on, leave this full health regeneration. We'll save it for later, and we're gonna move on. Let's break out of this holy mountain. And what I'm also going to do is make some more use out of my inventory slots, or be more efficient with it. So what I can do here is put a chainsaw on this teleport bolt, as well as a light projectile or light modifier. None of these will really impact whether or not I'm able to teleport where I want to using this wand, right? I can do the same teleporting. It just adds light and chainsaw at the cost of a little bit of mana. However, this also frees up a lot of my inventory slots. So if I, for example, find a spell shop and it has a bunch of spells that I want, I can just buy them and I'll have space. Even though you could, if you go out here out of Holy Mountain area, I can just toss these spells out in case I want everything here, which I actually don't really need it. I can get rid of the bomb, the magic missile. I don't know if I'll use energy sphere. I want to replace this triple scatter as well, so I can throw more stuff onto here. Let's see how the wand holds up. Not bad. Now, the reason why this next area, the snowy depths, is so deadly is because the enemies here are much more powerful, and they, like other enemies, will off-screen you. So in the first two zones, there were a lot more kind of melee ranged enemies. Here, a lot of enemies are range. This is freezing vapor, and that will damage you. Yep, so now we have, as if liquids that damaged you wasn't good enough, we now have gases that damage you. That guy, he's shooting. What I'm gonna do is actually try to shoot from cover and play as patiently as I can. I don't need to get this gold right here. We already have a ton of gold we got from from coal pits. That's why coal pits is so important. Because if you are not worried about getting gold and being greedy, then you're more likely to play it safe. And what I'm doing right now is just shooting a couple warning shots into this empty area, because I don't know what's down here. Well, now I do, because the camera panned. But I don't really know what's down here. And the nice thing about Snowy Depths is that there are no enemies that will swap you to their position. At least none that normally spawn here. So it's safe to fire a couple of warning shots down here, just to kind of clear the area a little bit. Now what we found here was a propane tank, or a canister, as some people might call it. These things are really, really dangerous. They deal more damage than a nuke. They release a cloud of freezing vapor that will also damage you if you get into it. And if you shoot at it, there's a chance that it just goes flying randomly, like a punctured, like a punctured gas tank. It might. It turns out, I think there was a discovery that these things are somewhat programmed to home in the direction of what damaged it. So it's like that. It goes flying over to you, and you now have a homing nuke that's coming straight at your face. So what I'm gonna do is actually stay behind cover, just shoot at it from where it's safe if I can aim properly, and then let this thing explode. This will damage you a lot. That's a scary enemy. This is an Uko. This is something that will one-shot you. Remember what I was talking about electricity? Electricity will one-shot you. Well, this guy shoots out electricity and explosions. So, I'm going to see if I can... Okay. One enemy at a time. Okay, it seems like it's dead. I see a cloud of smire. Smire. I was trying to say smoke and fire. A cloud of smoke and some fire, which probably indicates that the enemy's dead. Yep. And then now I'm gonna hear this Uko from down here. And I pray that he doesn't notice me. So he's healing himself because he's standing in electricity. And it's electrifying. So he's standing in water. And then the water conducts electricity. So it starts, the electricity heals the Uko. So it's healing itself, which is really annoying. And I'm getting stuck in ice, which is kind of dangerous. So if you ever get stuck in a place, in a single place, just mash your arrow buttons or your move buttons, the WASD, and Noita will automatically destroy a bit of terrain around you to free you from where you're stuck at. Okay, nice. Oh, I got careless. I saw gold. I wanted to get the gold, and there was an enemy there. So, we don't need the gold. That's a reminder. We don't need the gold. We have enough. So let's focus on killing this enemy. And I'm going to leave that gold there. I don't want to walk into that fire. Right, whenever I see an enemy, I'm going to back up. And then I'm going to kill it from a safe distance. We know that there was a sniper there. Get rid of this explosive. Ooh, polymorphine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to pick this up. Pentagon formation can be nice, but it has a ton of spread. I don't know if I need the pentagon formation quite yet, so I'll just hang on to it for now. A thing with teleport bolts, if you have them, is that you might be tempted to use them to travel long distance and fire them off, into the distance. But right now, see, here where I landed, this part of the screen, I did not know what was going on here. There very well could have been an enemy right here ready to shoot me. So that's why when you use teleport bolts, I recommend shooting at the terrain. So making sure you land somewhere that you know is safe rather than into empty distance. Right. And that way you reduce the chances. Like right there. If I fired my teleport bolt from here, like this way, that gunner would have been hovering somewhere over here and could have shot me and just taken out 10, 20 health without me being able to really anticipate it. So that was a very helpful little demonstration right there. I do want this broken wand. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this flask of polymorphine to a safe place. I don't need it to break out of the holy mountain. Let's grab this broken wand because it's something that we can use later. This is a spell with a trigger, which is actually quite nice, but it has only 25 casts and the wand isn't that good. I'll have to pass on this one. Here we have a worm path, and I also passed one by a path on my left. But this is a worm path, and the way you can tell is if it's like a uniform width, and it looks like it's cutting through terrain very smoothly. This is definitely a worm that has dug through the area. Now, in snowy depths, there is always one big worm that spawns in this zone. So you are guaranteed to have at least one worm in this area. And you will know when you see it. It will have a health bar. Okay, so something is electrocuting this. So this water that's being electrocuted right now, it could be either because of maybe a trap box, possibly, electric stone, or maybe an Uko's here. So what I'm gonna do is see if I can. So it is a trap box. I have long distance cast, so I'm gonna actually destroy it because I don't want to accidentally. I don't want to accidentally fall into this pool of water, and then get electrocuted to death. That's another dangerous enemy right there, called the CEO. So, ow, that's our nickname for it. Oh, okay, that guy killed himself. But as you can see, when it takes damage or dies, it will spawn a ton of just easy bastards. And that can deal a lot of damage to you. Let's just take a quick look at what this wand is. The double spell is nice. The mana charge speed is very low. It's not very desirable. No shuffle is nice, but I'll probably only get it for the double charge. So let's empty out this one in our holy mountain. Now I did say just a couple minutes ago to be careful where you're teleporting. I'm just doing this because it's a lot faster. I know we'll be fine. Now you might notice we're a little bit full in terms of inventory slots. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did before, where we're gonna put a double spell in one of these wands just to save up on mana slots. You know what? I'll toss the energy sphere. Okay, what we have here is another propane tank. So I'm gonna go from a safe distance, like up here maybe, and then shoot down. There we go. There it is. Yeah, very dangerous. Disarm from a safe distance. Let's check out what this wand is. Actually, before we do so, I'm an idiot. We got some nukes. Okay, triple spell's not bad, and then reduced recharge time also not bad. Get me out. Alright, so I will hang on to this. Do that. We can replace the triple spell. So this is also a triple spell, but this one increases the spread by 20 degrees. This one does not have a spread penalty, but it is more expensive in terms of mana. But it's only one, so it's fine. I can deal with it. And I'll hang on to one nuke just for you guys. Hello, hello. Apologies for the sudden jump cut. I ended up recording a lot of content, at least a lot more than I was anticipating. I'll be breaking down the Snowy Depths section of this new player guide into several parts. Well, it's looking like it'll be around 3 parts or so, but I'll try to upload them all relatively around the same time. And this is right now I'm playing I'm on a different run, so it's not this is not like a spoiler or anything. I take this as sort of like a teaser as to the sort of runs that you can get in if you sort of play your cards right. But I'll be doing some intros and outros in between videos. I do apologize if they're just like really the transitions are really rough. But there's more content on the way, and I hope that I hope that these tips did help as always. And feel free to let me know what you think, and let me know if there's anything else that you want me to cover. As always, and good luck with the run. I'll see you in part 2.